rate of HIV/AIDS among adolescents in Adjumani district.
Welcome back from the headlines. Now straight into the details of the news. We are commencing from Greater Lu region with a political story. Contestants and supporters in Greater Nebi are asked to refrain from spreading hate speech ahead of NRM primaries, inciting violence during campaigns, instead of emphasizing the importance of maintaining harmony. This was revealed yesterday, 20th of June, 2025. Take a look at the story.
Stakeholders and religious leaders in Greater Nebi have renewed their calls to contestants and supporters to refrain from spreading hate speech and inciting violence during campaigns, emphasizing the importance of maintaining harmony. Honorable Simon Dujanga, former member of Parliament Okoro County and former state minister for energy, said the NRM primaries are part of the party's internal nomination process, with over 2,718 candidates vying for various positions, including parliamentary, LC5 chairperson, city and Lord Mayor seats. Dujanga's call comes at a time when most contestants have hate speech against their counterparts. He made this revelation on Friday, 20th June 2025, during the Golden Jubilee celebration of Dr. Amos Nyaterombo, an ophthalmologist, held in Warokemo Primary School playground.
Usually we get excited around this time, but we should remember that we are brothers and sisters. This political season is going to end, and we shall remain in the same villages, in the same districts, in the same sub-counties. So it doesn't help you to sow hatred.
According to Janga, NRM primaries should not tear them apart but build strong love for each other.
Explain your point, criticize respectfully your colleagues, your opponents, but let us have peaceful political season. But in this part of the country, we've never had a lot of animosities, but unlike in other places. So we want that to continue. Let us be peaceful. At the end of the day, one of us will be chosen. It doesn't mean you are not good enough. It means just the people have preferred that person to you, and life continues.
However, Right Reverend Ponso Zelawinju, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, equally emphasized the importance of unity during the primaries, urging unsuccessful candidates not to hate each other.
And those are the kind of leadership skills we need that can bring services to the community, not looking at gain, but looking at how to make it a change, a positive change in the lives of people. So people should choose leaders who will serve them, other than going to look for wealth or just prestige. Leadership is not prestige, it's service. So Dr. Nyaterombo teaches us in that.
The bishop urged the contestants to emulate the good legacy of Dr. Amos Nyaterombo, who has served this nation diligently.
As we celebrate Dr. Nyaterombo today, his achievement, the medal given by the whole nation of Uganda, that means the country recognizes, the community recognizes people who serve the community. Even the leadership, the political leadership, you must be a servant. Dr. Nyaterombo brought services here in Wa, in the village. And those are the kind of leadership skills we need that can bring services to the community, not looking at gain.
The NRM party has enforced measures to manage campaign activities and reduce tensions among contestants, with a focus on maintaining a peaceful and fair electoral process. The candidates are expected to adhere to the party's guidelines and code of conduct during the primaries. Alfred Jawok, Camilla Stansha, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that story, moving forward now in infrastructural sector, residents of Kuluva have decried, away from that, residents of Kuluva are decrying poor state of Arua Nebi Road that has become a death trap for many road users due to rampant accidents. This was during a joint media visit to Kuluva, an area where the road is very much affected, as characterized by broken edges, gullies and mud, especially during rain season, among others, which possess a number of health risk threats to their lives. Take a look at the story.
Residents of Kuluva Parish in Vra Sub-County Arua District have expressed deep concern over the deteriorating condition of the 78-kilometer Arua Nebi Road, which they say has become a death trap, contributing to frequent accidents and posing serious risks to road users. During a recent joint media visit to Kuluva, one of the affected areas, the road was observed to be in dire state, characterized by broken edges, deep gullies and muddy surfaces, especially during the rain season, and locals of the area warned that the situation poses significant health and safety hazards to their lives. The community revealed that the stretch, which was constructed in the early 2000s, has today become a source of tragedy, with several lives lost to road-related accidents.
What is really saddening me here is that this road is going to finish for us, our children. Within these few days, several accident cases have been registered on this road. We are finding it hard.
I also lost my child in this same road because of accident. So, since the road is like that, we have been even talking to the councillors. They should raise the issue of this road. This road should be worked on.
Gift Michael Ondia, the SC1 chairperson of Okovu Village, in Kuluva Parish, criticized the government for failing to rehabilitate the road despite repeated community efforts. He pointed out that attempts by the residents to initiate community maintenance were halted by officials from the now defunct Uganda National Roads Authority officials.
The other time we tried to, especially around Kuluva Twin Center there, we tried to do something, but these people, National Road, Uganda National Road Authority, they came there and they changed their way that it's their work, not the work of community. So if they get somebody like covering the potholes, that when they get you covering the potholes, you'll be arrested, because that's not the work of community, it's the work of the government.
Former Road District Engineer William Tio Oda, who is eyeing the Ivu East constituency seat in the 2006 general elections, blamed the current regional leadership for lacking a united voice to lobby for the road's rehabilitation.
People have a common perception that for somebody to be a competent member of parliament, the person should be roaring like a lion. If this was a good attribute of a member of parliament, I want to assure you the road from Nebi to Arua could have been done already long ago.
In contrast, Honorable Tima Jackson Botili, the Member of Parliament for Arua City Central Division, asked the residents to remain calm, assuring them that efforts are already underway to address the matter.
When I put this to His Excellency that it will take more than 2 billion, he directed Minister of Finance to immediately look for money and fix this road. And I now want to pronounce and announce that even when His Excellency was addressing the State of Nation address, because this came to him in caucus when I raised it, he mentioned, and it's among the few priority roads that he has put in his plan to fix in this country.
Meanwhile, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni recently hinted at the rehabilitation of the Arua Nebi Road as one of the priority infrastructure projects for the 2025-2026 financial year. However, it remains unclear how much of the 72.136 trillion national budget has been earmarked for the project. Farish Majid, reporting for West Nile TV, 136 trillion national budget has been earmarked for the project. Farish Majid, reporting for West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that story in Arua district, now moving to the other side of the Nile, I am talking about Ajuman district. There is a high rate of HIV/AIDS among the adolescents in Ajuman district. Therefore, there is a call for great improvement through sensitization and counseling of the victims who are having many challenges. Take a look at the story.
Human immune deficiency virus known as HIV/AIDS rate has significant trend among adolescent ongoing children in Adjumani district, calling for great improvement according to Adjumani district health sector. According to Dayo Serena, assistant nursing officer midwifery at clinic, said the services given at facility are quite many in number depending on the different clinics, whereby in the positive wing the children face many challenges such as abandoning of medicine, some children lack what to eat after taking medication, and cases of child negligence since some of the children have no parents to take care of them, making it hard to access the health care facilities for help.
The services that we offer at clinic majorly in different ways. We have different clinics, but today we have clinics for adolescent HIV positive children. And they come for service, we offer the service, as we give them all the services required. There was other challenges that we realize these children are undergoing. One of them is challenge of taking their medicine. Some children normally don't take their medicine as required. Some of them are bigger, they can take themselves. Others need supervision from parents, but all the same, some do not take their medicine as required. Then also there is a challenge of children who are not taking their medicine because they don't have food. Especially those children who are having no parents, they have that challenge of having no food as a result.
Baole Batasi Newton, a professional counselor at Gift of Love Development Center, highlighted the core challenges these positive children pursue, saying majority ignore their health status, leaving them to abandon their medication. He further said stigmatization by fellow children also attributes to the factor which makes these victims to leave eating food, hence as caretakers they guide them amidst the challenges.
Concerning them, in our place there at Gift of Love, everything there for them is okay, but there what we do is we give them education, we provide for them their health, basic health treatments like concerning their ARV and concerning even their school materials we give them. And relatedly concerning the HIV status, they are okay. We do give them guidance and counseling. We talk to them every time, and then that is intensive care we give them. And concerning the challenges that we are facing, some of them don't want to accept the status they are in. So slowly, even if they are like that, we talk to them. We do intensive counseling to them.
Serena further disclosed number of interventions taken to ensure these challenges are kept up by guiding parents and caretakers engaged to talk to these children through counseling to avoid stigmatization by fellow children, most especially in schools. She also appealed to caretakers to provide these children with what to eat as they struggle with taking their medication.
Issues related to lack of food, lack of transport, and we call their relatives on the phone. They are to come and get their medicine, and the health workers follow them to their various places that we can reach, and they are called back to get services, those who are missing, to take their medicine. And then for suppression, those who are not suppressing, we also involved their relatives, and we talk to those who are able to understand. We talk to them individually. Then those who cannot understand, we involve their relative or whoever are taking care of them. We talk about the importance of taking medication on the right time.
Ida Pauline Sano, Senior Assistant Nursing Officer in charge of antenatal care at Adjumani General Hospital, highlighted various services they give to people, but most especially young ones at both antenatal and the infected ones with HIV. Although there are challenges of ignoring status, much as they give guidance and counseling.
When we receive them, we normally take them through a counseling session to accept whatever has come, being pregnancy, and the ones who are pregnant and at the same time having HIV, we give them detailed counseling. On the side of HIV, we adhere and comply with the treatment and also to cope up with the situation they are in.
In average, from December 2024 to May 2025, the number of people living with HIV/AIDS is 301, and their age range from 13 to 14 years old. Kashindet Fancy Onzima Alan reporting for West Nile Television NILECAST. The AIDS is 301, and their age range from 13 to 14 years old. Kashindet Fancy.
Away from that story, returning back to Greater Alur region, Honorable Minister Betty Among has asked chiefs to support the Alur cultural preservation. She said this during her visit in Alur Kingdom to discuss strategic utilization of the Ugandan shillings 60 million monthly grant provided by the government to support cultural preservation, administration and socio-economic development. This story has been compiled by Alfred Jawok.
The Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Honorable Betty Amongi, has visited Alur Kingdom to discuss strategic utilization of the 60 million shillings monthly grant provided by the government to support cultural preservation, administration and socio-economic development. The grant, pledged by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in 2022, aims to empower cultural institutions across Uganda, including Alur Kingdom. During her visit, Minister Mongi explored ways to enhance the kingdom's development initiatives focusing on cultural preservation, protecting and promoting Alur cultural heritage, traditions and values.
Akelo duon gamente, akelo duon aduong lobo. Akwaho no wanati utimo meneno ni kingdoms ame gamente tinyo tia tichaber kene me titi wu ni charo gamente wano tamo ni ngo mamiere timu me konyo kor gamente.
Lawrence Oparangala, Prime Minister Alur Kingdom, said her visit will strengthen the kingdom's governance structures and administrative capacity.
And her visit was prompted by His Excellency the President, who sent her here to give specific guidelines on how the kingdom should utilize financial support they're giving. Specifically, she said the President is saying we use this to promote social and economic transformation programs of government, to promote our culture. We should also promote our language.
Vincent Oshaya, Deputy Prime Minister and Executive Director Alur Kingdom, urged the chiefs and Alur Kingdom to base on such economic development, supporting initiatives that improve the livelihoods of Alur Kingdom subjects.
Basically, the visit of the minister is the very first ever Minister of Gender to come to Alur Kingdom, ever since we were gazetted. And for us, this visit was not just a visit, but was a very strategic visit to follow up the activities Alur Kingdom is doing, even before government is coming into the support of the institution.
Bob Opiokech, Minister of Culture and Legal Affairs, Alur Kingdom, appealed to the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development to work closely with the Alur Kingdom on various initiatives, including ending child marriage.
They were very, very elated, very happy, pleased with the minister, our line minister for gender, labor and social development, to have visited us for the very first time. And for me, as the Minister for Culture, her visit was very timely. First of all, a recognition of the fact that cultural institutions are very important.
Emilio Dongo, President Development of Greater Nebi, said collaborating with organizations like TASO and Global Fund to address negative cultural practices hindering progress of cultural heritage in Uganda.
This visit by the minister is evident that government of Uganda is supportive of cultural institutions. And Keralur, being one of the critical ones, is on record that it is in the Gazette, it is recognized.
Meanwhile, Robert Abak, Nebi Resident District Commissioner, urged Alur Kingdom chiefs to promote parenting guidelines, rolling out national parenting guidelines to strengthen family bonds.
People think the money, when it's given to the king, that is for the king alone, and in some areas it is bringing a lot of struggles. She explained clearly that out of the 60 million, 15 million is support to the king as salary, as the way I may call it, and 45 is to help in the development of the kingdom. As they move, as they mobilize, they need resources. So
This equally highlights the need to advocate for positive change and protect women's and girls' rights through partnerships with organizations like UN Women and Cross Cultural Foundation of Uganda. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that story, now returning back to Greater Madi region, particularly in Moyo, security operatives in Moyo have launched operation to evict Balalu cattle keepers. The operation comes days after the security operatives in the district intercepted over 60 herds of cattle from the Balalu, who are believed to have entered the district from South Sudan. This story has been compiled by Okumu Dominic.
The operation comes days after the security operatives in the district intercepted over 60 herds of cattle from the Balalu, who are believed to have entered the district from South Sudan. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner Moyo, who leads the operation, gives more details on the operation and appeals to those who are still at large to come out peacefully before the security operatives use force to drag them out of the bushes.
We, as the district security committee, we are here to implement the executive order. As Moyo District Security Committee, we intercepted 65 animals which crossed back to Moyo from those Balalu who had crossed to South Sudan, and we have directed them to exit the district through Karuma, through Laropi, and so we have today official flag. And I want to thank my DAC and the people for cooperation. And these animals, they are Ugandans, the animals have come back, and we want to ensure that they get out of the district and go. And I want to pass a message to any other Mulalu who has crossed outside our borders, within the areas of Moyo. Please, you come up. If there is opportunity for us to support you willingly, come out before we go into enforcing, so that we can support you and we can organize to make sure that you move with your animals. So I want to ask them to respond to that. And I want to thank the President because of his vision. And we want to assure the people of Moyo that as this security committee we shall implement the executive order to the letter.
Lieutenant Colonel Alfredo Tim, the acting brigade commander 903 Brigade, said the security forces launched the Operation Harmony on the Balalu herdsmen and managed to convince some herdsmen to peacefully and voluntarily move out their animals from the district. He, however, notes that they will move in all the districts within the region to evict those who do not want to respond to their peaceful call.
According to Operation Harmony, which is now ongoing, and it is in its first phase, that is preparation, in 6-5 Battalion in Lefore. We have managed to appeal to Balalus to peacefully listen or adhere to the requirements of the operation. And today, here in Lefore, the owners of the 65 cows have accepted to load their cows in the lorry. Otherwise, from here, we shall be moving to the various locations where Balalus are, and we appeal to them. We appeal to them to adhere to the requirements of the Operation Harmony. This is as a result of the presidential order number 2, which has already taken effect, as you can see.
The Operation Harmony saw 65 herds of cattle being transported out of the district via Laropi landing site, with 2 security personnel deployed to move the trucks past Karuma so as to be sure that the animals reach where they originally come from. Dominic Antonio Kumu, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
With that, we have come to the climax of today's edition of NILECAST News at West Nile Television, and we have come to the end of today, not today rather, this week's news at West Nile Television in general. It has been me, Oraku Benson Pastore. In front of the lens, what I want to say is have the best of your moments and have the brilliance of your weekend till we meet again on Monday for the same program of news, and also at the same television, and also from the same time, 7 up to 8 p.m.